If you're a man, your abs don't count if you weigh under 165 pounds or 75 kilos at 5'10", which is 178 centimeters. I saw this on social media the other day, and it's such a delusional take, because not that long ago, looking like Brad Pitt in Fight Club was considered impressive, and he was only 155 pounds or 70 kilos at 5'11", 180 centimeters for that role. But based on today's standards, that same physique apparently doesn't count. And it's becoming obvious in the age of AI-altered photos, looks maxing, steroids, and cosmetic surgery that we've lost sight of what a normal lean body weight for each height actually is. And this is why, in this video, I want to show you real examples of lean aesthetic physiques all the way from 5'6", 167 centimeters until 6'2", 108 centimeters, and how much they weigh. For a lot of people, this will be an eye-opening experience, so let's get into it. Now, first off, here's what I looked like before I got lean. I was around 202 pounds or 92 kilos, and I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters tall. Now, here's my after photo when I got down to 154 pounds or 70 kilos. Could you guess that I had to lose almost 50 pounds or 22 kilos to get this physique? Because I didn't. Most people would think I was 20-30 pounds or 9 to 14 kilos overweight at best. And if someone told me I had to lose close to 50 pounds, even after training consistently for that entire year as I was losing weight, I would have called them crazy. Last time I weighed 154 pounds was in high school, and my experience isn't unique. After coaching over 1,200 guys over the last decade, I can confidently tell you that most guys underestimate how much fat they need to lose to get lean. This is especially a problem these days because we've completely lost track of what a normal weight is. This graph shows that the average American today weighs almost 30 pounds, 14 kilos more than they did in the 1960s. Men weigh on average around 200 pounds or 90 kilos, and women weigh around an average of 170 pounds or 77 kilos, as much as men did in the 1960s. And we only got about a half an inch taller on average. So what used to be considered overweight is now the new normal. Also, we live in this era of physique inflation, where everybody's perception of a great physique has been completely distorted thanks to social media. Before social media, you'd compare yourself to maybe 30, 40 ordinary guys around you, the people at work, someone you ran into at the grocery store, your relatives, the people around your neighborhood. But now, we have instant access to the best physiques in the world. Actors, fitness influencers, and athletes with elite genetics, all in perfect lighting with professional photos and often using performance-enhancing drugs. So most people have forgotten what's actually achievable and sustainable with normal genetics and a busy lifestyle. This is why the examples I'm going to show you now are from real clients I work with over the years who have families, work a ton, travel a lot, and have very busy schedules. I'm going to go over their stats from before and after and how long it took them to get lean. And for comparison, I'll also include some of the more popular actors who I believe have achievable physiques at the same height. So starting with 5'6" or 167 centimeters. For this height, I want to introduce you to Jim. He's a 51-year-old business owner, and when we started working together, he weighed 151 pounds or 68.4 kilos, looking like this. He had been lifting on and off for many years, but never really took his physique to a high level and has never been very lean before. And after about 5 months of losing body fat while building some muscle, he got down to 139 pounds or 63 kilos, looking like this. We weren't in a rush to cut aggressively, so over those 5 months, he's actually gotten stronger on all his lifts. His waist went from 32 down to 28 inches, and this is the best shape of his life at the age of 51. Now, a good celebrity example for this height is Daniel Radcliffe in Miracle Workers. He was reportedly around mid 140 pounds for this role, and if I were to guess based on looking at his physique, I'd say that's about right. And both of these are examples of realistic body weights for someone who's 5'6", who has some muscle build and wants to be very lean. Now moving up to 5'8" or 173 centimeters. This is Del. He's 46 years old and he started his journey with me at 155 pounds or 70 kilos. We initially focused on a body recomposition during the month of December and then later switched to fat loss after the holidays. And this is his physique after 3.5 months of losing body fat when he got to 145 pounds or 65.5 kilos. His waist went from 34 to 31 inches, and this is actually actually as lean as they'll want it to go. And now our focus is on a muscle building phase. And by the way, if you'd like to become a client and work with me to help you get lean and get results like this, coaching details are in the description below. Now, a good celebrity example for 5'8" is Robert Downey Jr. When he was preparing for Sherlock Holmes, his trainer said they got him to around 150 pounds or 68 kilos. And if you're 5'8", I'd say both of these physiques are very achievable and don't require a ton of lean muscle to look great. Now moving on to 5'10" or 178 centimeters. This is Owen. He's 40 years old, and when we started, he weighed around 186 pounds or about 84 kilos. And after about 6 months of fat loss, we got him down to 147 pounds or around 67 kilos, looking like this, which is an interesting case study, because if we go back to the original comment saying that abs under 200 pounds or 90 kilos at 5'10" don't count, Owen is more than 50 pounds under that and has an amazing physique. A lot of people didn't even believe he weighed under 150 pounds. They thought he was closer to 170. And this has also been my experience. Being lean often gives an impression that you're a lot heavier and more muscular. And for an actor reference at 5'10", I think Daniel Craig in Casino Royale is a good example. Based on what I could find, he was around 170 pounds or 77 kilos for that role. Now, Daniel Craig didn't get as lean as Owen, and in my opinion, his body fat percentage is more sustainable if he wanted to maintain it all year round. And if he also wanted to get shredded and go even lower in body fat, he'd probably have to get closer to 160 pounds or 72.5 kilos. Now, moving up to 6 foot or 183 centimeters. This is Mark. He's 40 years old and weighed 207 pounds or 94 kilos when we started working together. He had a good amount of lifting experience from before and some really solid muscle memory. He also had a trip planned to Hawaii, so his fat loss phase ended up being a little bit more aggressive. After about 4 months of dieting, he got down to 179 pounds or around 81 kilos, looking like this. His waist went from 37.5 to 31.5 inches, and he got to a true 10 to 12% body fat. Now, a good celebrity example for 6 foot is Chris Evans in his earlier roles like the Fantastic Four, where he reportedly weighed between 170 to 180 pounds, so 77 to 82 kilos. I would say this earlier physique is a lot more of a realistic example for 6 foot than his later roles like Captain America, where he relatively quickly gained 30 pounds and most of it being lean mass. He must have been hitting the like button on my videos every day. And then we have 6'2" or 188 centimeters. This is Frank. He's 49 years old and weighed 186 pounds or 84 kilos when we started working together. He wanted to get down to 12% body fat and also improve his performance for swimming. So that's what we did. After 6 months of losing body fat and building some muscle, this is his physique at 175 pounds or 79 kilos. Now, a good celebrity example at 6'2" is Tom Hiddleston. For his role in The Night Manager, he reportedly also weighed somewhere around 175 pounds or 79 kilos. He's very lean and has some really solid shoulder and chest development. Both of these physiques are very realistic and achievable naturally. And it just shows that you don't need to be walking around like a bodybuilder huge at 220 pounds or 100 kilos to look good. And I think this is where social media has really distorted expectations, where most people today generally don't know what a realistic natural physique actually looks like. And I hope that these examples can help recalibrate your goals and what to expect. This also means that if you're currently thinking you might only need to lose 15 pounds or 7 kilos to get lean, realistically, it's probably 30 pounds or 14 kilos or more. I've seen countless examples of guys who were shocked, just like I was, with how much fat I was carrying and how much weight I had to lose to get lean. But don't let that discourage you. Focus on what you can control. Stay on top of your calorie intake, eat a high protein diet, get your steps in, lift weights 3 to 4 times per week, focus on getting stronger, and stay consistent. Once you lean out, you can do a muscle building phase later. If you do things right, it's only a matter of time until you reach your goal. And if you're looking for hands-on guidance and accountability for getting lean, details for coaching with me are in the description below. And if you want to learn more about losing belly fat, check out this video next.